Hi, everybody. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, whatever time you're watching this show. I'm here back, Parul, as I had promised that we'll come out with some various beautiful topics with wonderful, fun, wonderful, inspiring people. And this series today, I'm blessed and honored to start with one amazing, amazing young leader. Yes, you can think that he's young, but my God, he is mind boggling and his ideas are amazing. And this series of mine is all about, is it okay not to be okay? Because it's my favorite tagline. I always feel it's okay not to be okay. Then I thought, why don't I involve some people and share what are their ideas about it, right? So without taking much time, here I go. Please join me in welcoming Rutu Parna. Right, am I pronouncing it correct?
Perfect. And thank you so much. What a beautiful introduction. I think I am super excited to be here. And especially the title, Is It Okay Not to Be Okay? Excites me so much.
So
Right. So I can't wait to talk more. And I know I just can't wait to share my journey. Thank you so much, Parul, for this opportunity.
welcome, welcome, welcome. My honor. So absolutely, everybody is waiting out here. So let's just see first of all more about you. Who are you? Such a young, innocent-looking boy, but I know the brain is really, really, too good behind it. So why don't you tell us about you in a brief? Yeah.
So myself, Rituparna Sharma. If you just ask me to describe myself in one word, I would just say wanderer. Right, I love to wonder about things that is happening, and I'm a wanderer of nature, especially nature, human beings, everything around me. I think we are just missing out on something beautiful if we don't use this particular tool that we have called wandering.
Right.
Right,
Right.
so in one word I would describe myself as a wanderer, but
Mhm.
more than that I would also like to call myself a storyteller. Whatever I see, I just wish to share it with people, and if it can provide a different perspective, then that would be awesome. 3 years back, I used to call myself a motivational speaker,
Uh
but
huh.
later on, I realized, okay, the more and more and more motivation we give, people will be dependent on externals. So
Yes.
if we can just give a different perspective, right?
Right.
I'm sure this is something that we all must be doing, right? If we can give a different perspective, if people can be internally motivated itself, then I think the same thing, that if anything beautiful is there with us, let us also share it to the world. If
Wow.
anything beautiful is there with other people, let us also learn it.
Very
So yeah.
nice. Superb. Beautiful thoughts, as I said. Wonderful. So nice. Thank you so much for that. And moving on to our next emotion, a very important word, which is very close to my heart, the word emotion, right? Emotion is something which I feel personally emotion is something personally I feel is described in different ways in different stages of life, right? So now that I have you right there, why don't I understand from you this word emotion? What was it while you were growing up? Kuch farak padta tha, nahi padta tha? Was it really important? What was emotion all about for you?
Very much, Parul. So if I have to say, I would just go back to my childhood when I think my emotions were highly expressed when I was a sports player. So I was a national level table tennis player. I have had this opportunity to represent my state and my schools at various schools and colleges at various levels. Sports is one such thing which will bring out your emotions like anything.
Mhm.
Right, there were times where the entire school is cheering you, your entire club people are cheering you. At that time, you somehow are so much charged up. That is when you feel absolutely high and you feel like you're at your best. And on the other side, what also happens is there are opponents team, right? There are people from opponents also who start cheering them. At that time you feel absolutely low. So I think it was a roller coaster of emotions that I experienced through sports. But yes, I think in journey of life, it shouldn't be wrong if I tell everybody goes through series of emotions. Now, when I just want to say this one beautiful thing that I came across somewhere about 3 years back, right? Somewhere about 3 years back, I was just going through a particular book, and when I was going through this particular book, I don't remember, but emotions were just defined, or it was just put into two words. It says emotions are emotions, which is energy in motions, right? So I think when I related to those series of events, there were times where I'd taken up chartered accountancy and it had failed. There were times when I had started up a business. So right from childhood, I wanted to be an entrepreneur. Entrepreneur is one word that inspired me so much. Right. So when I wanted to be entrepreneur, in the journey of entrepreneurship, it is learning, 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 learning. Somewhere in between, earning will come. Otherwise, again, it's learning, learning, learning. Right? Especially those initial phases. Right. So whenever I used to feel low, whenever I did not know what to do, I think that is the time when I used to express these emotions when you felt absolutely high. At least when you receive those first paycheck, I'm sure everybody here, yeah, those are all some moments which we got to cherish, right? So I think emotions only does justice to those moments, right? Like your first tournament you won, when
Yeah.
everybody were dependent on you, you lost it.
Yes,
Right, that
yes.
is why you have become so emotional. You cried.
Good one. Good one. Yeah,
There were
yeah.
times
Pause.
when
Pause. Pause. You said my word just now. You just now said my word. I was just coming to. You cry. You cry. What's and tell me genuinely, all right? When the moment you said you cry, I really want to know emotions. Yeah, as you said, we win and we are laughing, we are doing everything. But in your time and this generation also, I'm just questioning, is it okay to cry? Do men cry? Really? Just can you share? How was it? Yeah.
I mean, as far as I understand that, one of the things that is there in the society is men are not supposed to cry, right? This thing comes, maybe I don't know whether it has come from generations or what, but in our generation, basically, they don't know men are not supposed to cry, boys are not supposed to cry. It's only
Right.
for girls and all of these things. But I think
Right.
that is just cheating, yeah. Because one such beautiful emotion that we also have is tears.
Yes.
I mean, many of the times we only feel crying is for sad things, but it is also for happy things. We shed tears when I actually, when most unexpected thing happens, right? So when I actually delivered speech and it went out really well, that day I just came out and I just cried, right? And I was so shameless. People
Yes.
looked at me, people thought something had happened, but it is okay to be, that it is okay to express that particular opinion. If
Right.
you're feeling low, I think the best solution there ever is you got to cry, and when you cry, 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 I think that's the best emotion there ever is. So if there is an emotion that is making you feel better, right, even in your sadness or even when you're happy, then I don't think we should suppress it. We should be very, very proud of it, is what I feel.
Great. Thank
So
you so much.
yeah.
Great, great. Thank you so much. And I really agree. And I always say that I don't know from where is it coming. And this suppression, as you are also a coach and a counselor, you know it. And I've also worked for almost 25 years with so many youngsters. And whenever I do this coaching and counseling, so many times, even when I'm working with adults of a 50, 60, when we go back, it's coming from the feelings of suppressed feelings, what their personality has become or what they are today going through is because of suppression, right? And this one thing I feel personally that at a young age, when you are somewhere told not to cry, as you grow, you don't express, and your self-expression, especially for sad, things become little restricted. And this suppression leads to lots and lots of challenges little later. Do you agree? And what is your message to generation today, your generation, youngsters, and even younger? I mean, I'll say the people who are in college, boys especially, I'm talking about at the moment. This men don't cry or that macho kind of image, really, does it really is worth to carry it like that? Or is it okay not to be okay and cry it out sometimes, even if it is for sadness? What is your message to them?
Parul, I think the last few sentences that you spoke actually make so much of sense, right? When we don't express our emotions, we start suppressing, and the more and more and more we suppress our emotions, I think that is what many people carry today as a crown called as stress. Right? I think it is stress. If I have to just tell, stress is nothing but you're not expressing yourself enough,
Right,
or
right,
you're just suppressing everything within,
right.
right? So if at all you ask me to share something, there were times where I felt, I want to cry or I want to express my emotions, I want to be at some place, I want to just, the emotional outburst must happen for me to become normal,
Right,
right? And I
right,
think this is one such thing that we all got to do in order to stay calm, in order to stay comfortable, in order to stay ourselves.
right.
And if anybody else thinks negative about it, I don't think it should bother us, because at the end of the day, we are us.
Mm,
right? In 10 days or 15 days or 30 days also, if you once do that emotional outburst,
mm,
when actually you deserve to do it, or when it is necessary for you to do it, please do it.
mm,
People will not judge you. And whenever we are, I think, genuine, and in that, definitely it is, the healing time is reduced, right? So whenever we outburst those emotions, the healing time is reduced, and I think we always get ahead of the situation. So one thing that I would also tell is, every time when we start to cry, people for love and care only will come to you and tell you, don't cry, don't cry, don't cry.
true,
I
true.
think those are the times. For other people, I just want to convey this message:
Yes.
let them cry and finish, right? If they cry and finish, they will definitely become normal. Please don't stop tears, even if it is happy tears. That is one of the most underrated things, happy tears. I mean, if you're, if yeah, there have been many instances where beautiful, great musicians have been performing and have just dropped into tears. Do you want to go stop them? Similarly, for positive, you just want to admire. For negative, also, I don't want you to admire, but just allow them.
Superb.
Let it all go, and then I think whatever we want, we can definitely convince.
Superb.
So this
Superb.
is something that I wanted to share.
Yes, thank you so much, and really, really honored. We will be back with such an amazing man very, very soon. But the whole idea of this series, it's okay not to be okay, is to hear from different people who will tell you, who wherever they are, there has been benefit of expression. There is benefit of releasing whatever emotions you are having, especially the one which are not so positive, which can be little negative. And if tears roll down, don't think you are weak, actually you're very strong. So thank you so much, Rutupurna, for coming, and thank you so much for accepting. I know it was a short notice, but I really wanted to start it with somebody as dynamic as you. So thanks a lot, and we'll be back soon. Take care and stay safe. Thank you so much. Yeah, bye bye. Thanks.
Thank you so much.